I didn't even know it was possible to literally make a business just texting random strangers. It all started when I was trying to build a business from $0 to $1 million in 12 months, and that did not work at all. But while I was doing that, I stumbled upon a gold mine of a business. It started back in 2021 when I was trying to start a marketing agency. I was trying to just get anybody as a client, and I would literally do anything for them. I would run their ads, I would do photos and videos for them, I would clean their gutters, literally anything that they would pay me for, I would do it. But it was extremely hard to get clients despite how easy everyone made it sound online. I was trying to use Upwork and Fiverr to get clients, and nothing was really working. No one was responding to any of my messages, which means I wasn't making any money. Now I needed to make money because I was running out of dough in my own bank account, and if I ran out, I would need to have to go back to get a job and work these street corners, which I did not want to do. So I studied and studied and studied how to get clients, and I learned a few things, and I realized that the way to get clients is just to reach out to people, and the more people you reach out to the right way, the more clients you're going to get. So you just need to reach out to more people. So I started emailing people, texting people, DMing people, offering them my services, and I automated all this stuff through my computer so that it would automatically send out hundreds of messages for me, and then the more messages I sent, the more clients I got. This is how getting clients with businesses usually works. So the first thing you do is just reach out to them, offer your service. Then if they say that they're interested in your service, then you want to hop on a call, or this is what's called an appointment. The more messages you send, the more appointments you get, the more money you make. So since I learned how to really reach out to people and get them on an appointment with me, I was getting like 10 appointments per day. And then I saw someone else post something on Facebook offering help getting more appointments. So they said, hey, does anyone need help getting more appointments? And there was tons of people in the comments that were desperate and needed a ton of help. And there were like copywriters and photographers and video editors, marketing agencies, all types of different companies that needed help getting more appointments. Now, I've been getting a lot of appointments for a couple of months now when I saw this post, and I was like, well, that's easy. It's really easy to get a ton of appointments. But then I realized that most of these people don't know the system that I know. Like, I had to figure all this stuff out, and maybe they need what I have. So I decided I would just try this for myself. I copied this guy's post, I posted it myself, and then within a couple hours, I had a ton of people saying that they were interested in the service of me helping them get more appointments. And within 24 hours, I had closed my first client, and within about 3 weeks, I had made $10,000. And the crazy thing about this whole business model is that you only really need to learn one skill. Now, I'm gonna be 100% realistic. Some people will say, yeah, you can go do DoorDash and make $10,000 a month. Like, that's obviously not true, bro. But 100% realistic, I made $10,000 in 3 weeks, but I don't expect you to do that. And there were some ups and downs for me. So some months I would make 10, some months I would make 5, some months I would make 15. So ups and downs, ebbs and flows. I'd say for you, within 30 to 60 days, you should be making a solid $3,000 to $5,000 a month. It would take you about 4 to 6 months to hit $10,000 per month. And after a year of doing this, you should be able to hit a solid $20K a month with this business model. Now, those are realistic expectations, but I have people that I mentor that exceed these expectations all the time. So here's how the business model works, okay? So there are B2B businesses. B2B is business to business. This means that the business targets other businesses, and that's how they get clients. So for an example, a lawn mowing company or a landscaping company might mow the lawn of a library, which is a business, and they're helping another business. Or they might mow the lawn of a restaurant, right? So that's a business helping another business. They also mow the lawns of just normal everyday houses, right? But they also do B2B, okay? So another example is a photographer. They might do product photography, right? They take pictures of certain products, but they also just take pictures of portraits of families, you know? So they do B2B and B2C. So B2C is business to consumer. So now we understand what B2B is, and we're going to only really be targeting B2B companies, and I'll explain why in a minute. But we just need to understand marketing at a basic level, because we're going to use these marketing strategies to help the B2B companies get more clients using this direct outreach. Marketing is literally just the art of getting more clients, and you do that via a stimulus. Now, there is thousands and thousands of ways that you can market, like TV ads, Instagram ads, billboards, flyers, newspaper, radio ads, and technically anything that affects your 5 senses can be counted as marketing. A stimulus is just something that is perceived through our 5 senses, so eyes, ears, mouth, nose, hands. And so our goal is really just to stimulate our audience and get them to respond directly to that stimulus so that they want to buy or they purchase from us. And this is what's called direct response marketing. So the type of marketing that's just like cool videos or social media management where you're just posting random stuff on social media, or graphic design or making logos, like that's not the type of marketing you want to really be focusing on. Just because if I make a new logo, I spent, let's just say, a whole week making a new logo. How do I know that new logo actually helped me get more sales? It probably didn't. Like, no one really cares this about that logo, and it probably didn't help me get any more sales. I'm not saying graphic design is a bad thing. That's just not what we're focusing on right here. So same with like a website. Like if you look at my website, I haven't literally touched it in like 3 years. And I didn't touch it because if I make it look fancier, is that going to help me get more sales? Probably not. So this is an example of a direct response ad. So it's a billboard for Cracker Barrel, which is a restaurant, and it says next exit, then right. So with this ad, I know exactly what to do in order to respond directly to this ad. Right? Even the smell of something can be a direct response marketing, right? So if you can get into the noses of your audience, let's say you're at a fair, you're cooking something that smells really good, you can get it into their noses, and then now they want to buy from you as a result of that smell. That's considered marketing, you know? Or even those Chinese restaurants at the mall that give you orange chicken as a free sample and get you to come over and eat food at their restaurant, that is a form of direct response marketing. We're going out to them, we're getting them to respond directly to our offer, which is orange chicken, and getting them to come over and buy from us. So we want to master the art of direct response marketing because that's what's going to get us money in our pockets and going to help us get our clients money in their pockets. And the best form of direct response marketing is literally just direct outreach. This is when you're reaching out to someone on a particular platform. So you can reach out to them on Instagram or on Facebook or on LinkedIn or on email or on SMS or on a phone call. So think about the last billboard that you saw that you actually responded to, right? You've probably seen hundreds and hundreds of billboards and maybe never even responded to any of them. But think about the last person you texted or the last person that texted you. Did you respond directly to them? Probably, right? 98% of texts are read within the first 5 minutes. 50% of emails are open, and it's kind of the same with DMs and cold calls and all that other jazz. So we just need to learn to text and email and DM people to get them to respond directly to our offer. And that's the skill that you need to learn, which I'm going to show you right here. So you might be thinking to yourself, why does this only work with B2B businesses and why doesn't it work with B2C businesses? Because everybody has a Facebook account and a LinkedIn account and an Instagram account, and everyone has a phone number. So why can't I just target everybody with this? Usually all products are directed to a specific audience. So a baby stroller is made for someone with newborn babies, or someone that makes sushi is going to sell to people that like sushi. So the reason this only really works with B2B is because usually B2B companies are targeting specific types of businesses and not just normal people. And so those businesses are much easier to find than regular everyday people. So for example, if I look up roofing on LinkedIn, on Google, on Facebook, I'm going to get a whole bunch of people that own roofing companies. Like it's going to give me their emails and their phone numbers and all that information. But if I look up people that like sushi, right? There's no search term for that. There's no search term for people that had just a baby, like just had a baby, right? I can't get hospital records of everyone that just got a baby. It's really hard to find data or phone numbers or emails of people that are within a specific interest, that have specific demographics or psychographics. And so we want to stick to the B2B model because it's much easier to find a software company or a roofing company or any type of company and find their emails and their phone numbers and reach out to them rather than people that are into a specific product. So I'm going to teach you the skill on exactly how to actually reach out to people. What's great about this is that you only really need to learn this skill once, and once you get it down, you're going to be able to get clients for yourself, and then you're going to be able to help your clients get clients. So you're going to get clients by doing outreach to them. They come on as a client, and then you're just going to do the exact same process for them and for each client that you get after this. So it's pretty cool. Here's how it works. There is 4 key points to this. First, you need to know what your audience and your niche really wants. The second thing is you need to offer that specific thing to them. The third thing is we want to be as human as possible when we're doing our outreach. We do not want to sound like an ad at all. And the fourth thing is we want to automate this as much as possible so we don't have to do anything manually. So the first thing is knowing what they want. Most B2B businesses want the same thing. They just want more clients. And so you're going to help them get more clients by helping them do direct outreach. They don't know how to do direct outreach. They don't know, they rely on referrals and all this stuff, but now you know all you have to do is send more messages to more people, and the more messages you send, the more clients you get. But the second thing, offer them exactly what they want, is a little more specific. So we know that they want more clients, but we want to tailor it to whatever industry that they're in. So if you're targeting, let's just say photographers want more clients, but what type of clients do they want specifically? So if you're reaching out to photographers, you don't just want to say, hey, I can bring you more clients this month, right? That can maybe work if you send enough messages, it'll work, right? But the thing is if we're a little more specific to them, they're going to respond better. So if we said something like, hey, I can bring you 7 companies that need product photography this month, are you open to chat? Right? They're going to be much more responsive and open to chatting about that. So depending on the industry that you're targeting, you want to kind of tailor the message to them. So if it's videographers, you're going to say something about video. If it's marketing, you're going to say something about marketing. Same with PR, same with staffing, same with anything, right? Adjust the message to whatever industry they're in. The third thing is we want to be as human as possible. For some reason, every newbie that I talk to, they screw up with this every single time. They start reaching out to people with super formal messages that look and sound like an ad, and they sound something like this, right? Are you struggling to get clients? Are you tired of not knowing where your next client is coming from? Well, I've got a system just for you. At ABC Marketing, we help photographers get 100 clients in their first month guaranteed. And if it doesn't work, then I'll jump off a bridge. No one ever responds to stuff like this, yet I see every single newbie creating messages that sound like this. They sound like a marketing message or an ad. And it's like, why are you even making this message when you wouldn't even respond? Like, if you got this message, you would not respond to it. So why are you making it sound like that, you know? So I try to think about all the messages that I've received and which messages I respond to and why did I respond to them. So who was it that reached out to me? Why did I respond to them? What made me respond to them? Where did they reach out to me at? Like, did they text me? Did they email me? Like, where did they reach out? When did they reach out to me, right? All these questions need answered, because if I can answer all these questions and I can create a model as to who I'm responding to and why I'm responding to them and when I'm responding to them, all that stuff, then I can model that success and do it myself. You know? So as an example, a lot of times my friends want to go out to eat and hang out, but most of the time they need to think about where we're going to go out to eat. So everyone's like, let's all go out to eat. And no one ever knows where we're going to go. We all sit there for 30 minutes trying to think about where we're going to go out to eat. No one can ever decide. We're all trying to sit there and think about what are we going to do, right? And I usually never go out to eat because I know that it's just going to take 30 minutes for us to decide on a place and then actually go there, and it's going to be really late and all that stuff. But the other day, someone said, hey, Carson, do you want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings after this event? And I said yes. Now I think about, why did I say yes to that one? Well, it was targeted towards me. Hey, Karsten. It was a very specific end result. Do you want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings after this event? It was a yes or no question, and all the thinking was done for me. So there was no hypothetical. There was no having to think about anything. It was just yes or no. Do you want to do this? And that made it easy for me to say yes. There was a lot less friction that was involved. So why don't we just apply this to our outreach messages? So instead of saying something like this, which is terrible, why don't we say something like this? Hey Emily, this is Carson. I'm really sorry for reaching out this way, but I thought this was the best way to get a hold of you. I wanted to see if you could take on 6 companies that need product photography this month. Are you open to chat sometime tomorrow? This just sounds like it's a friend reaching out to another friend. It does not sound like an ad or marketing at all. It has a direct end result, which they want that thing, you know, and it's a direct call to action, a yes or no question. And so it's a lot easier for them to say yes to this. There's a ton of money to be made once you actually grasp this. Like, I see a ton of people spending a ton of time sending a ton of messages and not getting anything out of it. Yet just in my last video, I spent like 2 hours just sending a couple messages, trying to look very, very human. And I got 20 people to say, I'm interested in your offer, you know, and it only really took 2 hours of my time to get 20 people to say that they were interested and they wanted to buy from me, you know? So number 4 is we need to automate it. And this is the part where I try to sell you something. I gave you a free sample and now it's time for dinner. I've got a program where I set up automations to send out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages every single day so that you're getting a ton of booked sales calls on your calendar and you can get a ton of clients using this business model. So if you're interested in that, you can book a call with my team below. I will talk to you guys soon.